is Jackie from Nerd Family. Today we're talking about how to raise money for extracurricular activities. I know everyone just groaned, but it has to be done sometimes. This video is specifically being made to help teenagers raise money for robotics, specifically Chefa Team 3303 Metallic Thunder. Yay! This is specifically my daughter's team. So let's get into it. An activity like this comes with a very large price tag. You have the cost of the materials for your robot. You have the cost of materials for entering into tournaments. You have costs for traveling, which really takes up a lot of money. It can be really daunting. And I can say for myself that if I as a parent had to write this check, I don't know how much my children would be involved. So to relieve that burden, we are going to have to do some fundraising. I promise it isn't that bad. So we are not going to start with writing Aunt Susie and Uncle Joe and Grandma and Grandpa, each asking them for your Christmas money in the form of a donation. That's great that they're there and that's great that they want to do it, but those are our emergency funds. Those are the people that we know that when we get in a pinch, we can go to. That when we're having a car wash, when we're having dinner at Chipotle, they can go. But if you start asking them for money now, we all have finite resources. But do you realize there are companies out there that have money set aside for donations and for advertising? And we need to go approach them because they're waiting for you to ask. Now, let's go back to Aunt Susie and Uncle Joe. We're still going to utilize them and we're still going to have them help us, but in a slightly different way. Let's say Aunt Susie is an engineer. Yay, engineers. I'm a little partial. I love a good software engineer. Just saying. We know, though, that Aunt Susie is a software engineer and that her company is an engineering firm. So we call Aunt Susie and we say, Aunt Susie, could we send a letter to your company? Get the name of whoever you need to address it to. And in that letter, you're going to address it to engineers. And when I say by that, I mean some of the great benefits of robotics is the fact that we are training the next generation of STEM professionals or STEAM professionals. I hear people from the team right now correcting me, but we're training the next generation. Talk about how you are not only learning the hands-on side of machining this robot, but also coding this robot, and how your robotics team has to be run like a business. These are all wonderful, wonderful things that any engineering firm would love to support. They may choose to make it a donation. They may choose to make it as an advertising expenditure. So make sure you give them both options for all companies. As we know, there's a complete package that almost every team has of benefits you give when you give. Benefits you get when you give. So that's Aunt Susie, and we're going to give Aunt Susie that letter, and we're going to ask her to please deliver it to whomever it goes to. And if she would do you the favor of following up on that for you. Now we're going to look at Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe, not a software engineer, but not everyone has to be a software engineer, I guess. Let's say Uncle Joe is a dentist, or Uncle Joe is a realtor, or Uncle Joe is, let's say he works for a television station. We're going to go that route. These other professions that are not purely STEM or STEAM, but are more socially based, love Fresno. That's why we're here. We are in Fresno. And other people on the internet, hush. Fresno is a great place to live. I don't want to hear it. You guys in Team 3303 are a world-level competition team, and that makes Fresno look good. You are making teenagers look good by doing something productive with your time and not just, being hoodlums, roaming around the town at midnight. I don't know. I don't know what teenagers do. My kids are under lock and key. Whatever teenagers do. You need to highlight those things in your letter. You need to highlight how great it is for Fresno. You need to highlight the fact that you guys go to Worlds the last couple years and that you are looking forward to a partnership from them to go to Worlds again. You just need to tune your letter to the interests of the company you are approaching for money. There is not a reason that you couldn't write just about every company in Fresno. Every company in Fresno would have a reason that they would want to sponsor you guys. You guys are great kids. You guys are socially involved. And if you're dealing with a company that deals more with the mentoring, the social aspects, you guys do work in the nonprofit field. You guys mentor younger kids. You need to remember everything that the team does, even if you haven't been on the team every year. Talk to your junior and senior captains, talk to other kids who've been on, and ask them for ideas. So we're going to use Aunt Susie and Uncle Joe, but we're not going to ask them for anything right now. We're just going to think about everyone we know, where they work, and how their company might want to partner with your team. Please leave me comments here, or Team 3303, you know how to get me on Slack. If you need any ideas, any ways to approach someone, or just some ideas of who to write to. You could even just open up the telephone book or the internet version of the telephone book and just pick a company and approach them. It's not that hard, I promise you. And you guys are going to do great. Any teenager that is already driven to devote such time to a venture like robotics, like science fair, like band, you already have the dedication that companies are looking for in teenagers today. You're going to do great. And if you're new here at Nerd Family, do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment. What was your favorite activity in high school, or what is going to be your favorite activity in high school? I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.